80-year-old Maria lives high above the valley floor of Antiselva in northern Italy. You have to cross a ski run to reach her home, which is appropriate as this episode is one of our collaboration with the Milano Cortina Winter Olympics 2026. Maria is a farmer who keeps 6 cows, 2 pigs and a flock of chickens.
So, meine Kuchen. So, ha. Ja, geil, nicht schon so, gell? Ja, immer noch schon zu vierten, gell? So. Ja.
She grows fruit and vegetables, and so she makes cheese, butter and preserves like fruit cordials and sauerkraut. Her cow's milk and these very fresh eggs will be used in the dough. This is some of her homemade cranberry cordial, which she gave the Pasta Grannies team. It's delicious. Today though, Maria is sharing her recipe for fried ravioli called tirschtlan. She lights her stove to heat up the hot plate.
So, ich bin die Maria und ich mache heute auf 4 auf Nacht Tirschtlan und zusammen werden Kraut-Tirschtlan gemacht mit Kraut und noch mit Erdäpfel und Schote und Zwiebel drin. Und das ist heute für unsere Kinder das Nachtessen.
She keeps her flour in a side dresser drawer. She's using a 50-50 mixture of rye and plain white flour.
Das ist der Kümmel und den werde ich jetzt schön klein reiben.
This is ground caraway seed. Maria says it has to be finely blitzed, otherwise it breaks up the dough. She cracks in 2 eggs. And then adds enough milk to form a dough. Maria kneads it until it is smooth. She places it in a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out and leaves it to rest for half an hour. Maria is making 2 fillings. The first is a potato and cheese one. She chops an onion.
Wobei für eine sehr große Familie muss kochen, muss schon einfach schauen, dass er wie Futter wird.
Das stimmt.
Nur so einen Abend haben sie ja viel Zwiebeln drin oder wenig.
Her homemade cheese is called topfen. It's a bit like ricotta but more yellow. She has already mashed most of her potatoes with her food mill.
Jetzt tun wir eine Zwiebel dazu.
She finishes them off and then adds the chopped onion with some chives.
Und den Schnittlauch.
She sprinkles in a handful of salt.
So, und jetzt tun wir noch ein bisschen Topfen dazu, weil da hat man noch nicht so wenig.
Followed by 2 handfuls of the cheese.
Und kosten muss jetzt noch werden. Hat schon.
Her second filling is her homemade sauerkraut, which has been fried with an onion. Maria makes large quantities because she has 10 children, 9 sons and 1 daughter. Maria gives the dough a brief knead before rolling it out into thick ropes. She chops them into equal size balls. Then she rolls each one into a 15 centimetre disc, keeping them well floured. Traditionally, tirtlan are served with a barley soup, and they are a treat for the holidays. Maria is a hive of industry. She also smokes her own speck and pork, and there is a smoking room next door to the kitchen. This means she also makes her own lard, which is excellent for deep frying. She places a pan of it to heat up in her stove, removing several rings so the base sits in the fire.
Da ist das Zettelkraut und dann tue ich zuerst Zwiebel rein und dann tue ich das Kraut drin und dann tue ich auch rein und bis ganz schön ding ist und dann kommt es in die Tirschtlan und filmen.
Maria spreads the potato mixture over each dough disc, leaving a 3 centimetre edge. She pats another disc on top. Then uses a pastry cutter to seal the edges. For 3 helpings, Maria uses some of her precious sauerkraut. She makes this every October and lightly spices it with caraway. Maria's sauerkraut is delicate and delicious, not punchy like you may have come across elsewhere.
So, reicht es so?
These tirtlan are now ready for deep frying. They only take a couple of minutes on each side. Maria wants them to be golden. Maria only cooks a few at a time, not to drop the temperature of the lard. She puts them on kitchen paper to drain.
So, jetzt habe ich die Tirschtlan Frühstück gekocht. Jetzt sind sie dann zum Essen.
And I am the lucky taste tester.
Okay.
Grazie.
Thank you, danke.
Bitte.
That's my only German word.
Sì,
All right.
da hat man
Tirschtlan.
nur was zu beißen beim Tisch.
Okay. Così.
Sì.
Maria only speaks German, and alas, I don't. But if you're in this region, this is definitely a pastry you should try.
Beautifully cheesy. The onion comes through. And of course it's deep fried, which makes it completely delicious. How do you say wonderful in German?
Wunderbar. Ja, perfekt.
Wunderbar.
Ja,
Perfect.
perfekt.
And the onion is really important to kind of make it, there's creaminess from the cheese and that really comes through. Wunderbar.
Wunderbar, danke.
Buon appetito, Dankeschön, Maria. Click subscribe for regular helpings of Pasta Grannies. And come back next week when we discover 3 different ways to make Sicilian almond sweets called la pasta reale, which are only made at this time of year.